why I've decided... Oh my god, there's a bee. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I want to share with you albums which have honestly changed my life and albums which I think you guys need to know about. So if you're looking for new music, then keep watching. So the first two albums which I want to talk about are from a band called Marianas. The albums are Ever After and Astoria, and these albums I love. Every single song on both of these albums are amazing in their own way, and you can hear the emotion in every single song, and also the songs are so catchy, which you'll listen to them over and over again until you honestly get fed up of them, but they are still really good songs. So the next album is by a band called Against the Current, and I discovered these on YouTube when they had around 700,000, maybe 800,000 subscribers, and I have loved them ever since. I loved all their original songs, I loved all their covers. I was like, this band is amazing, and it's so awesome to now see that they have an album out. And when I found out they had an album, I was like, yes, I need to listen to all these songs right now. It's a pop rock album, which honestly I really like pop rock music. It's just, I feel like it's so much more meaningful than original pop music, depending on the way you look at it, and I feel like the lyrics are so much more meaningful, and it's just the type of music I'm into, which is why I like this band a lot. There's a variety of songs on this album, like there's a lot of slow ones, but then there's a lot of fast ones, and honestly I think the slow ones are probably my favourite, and I feel like they're more meaningful, but that's just the way I interpret them. But the fast ones are just as amazing, and there's not one song on this album that I do not like. Every single song I could listen to it over and over and over, and if I put the album on shuffle I would not skip one song. That's how good these songs are. So this next album is from Andy Black, and it's called The Shadow Side. Most of you probably know Andy Black or Andy Bierstack from Black Veil Brides, and if you don't really like the Black Veil Brides, don't worry, this album is not like Black Veil Brides. I like Black Veil Brides, but if I had the choice between Andy Black's album and Black Veil Brides, I would pick Andy Black, mainly because the songs are a little bit more easy to listen to. It all depends what you like, whether you like kind of more upbeat, kind of, I don't want to call them screamo because Black Veil Brides aren't a screamo band, but they do have quite a lot of screaming in them, so if you're not into that, then don't worry, because Andy Black's album is not like that at all. This album is also beautifully composed, such an amazing album with a lot of meaning behind it. So this next one is one that I actually never thought I would actually like. I've always liked instrumental music and songs without lyrics, but I didn't realise that I liked, I think it's electronic pop, is that what it's called? I'm not quite sure. But anyway, this band is called Totorro, and their album is called Home Alone. And I found this album on YouTube, and from the minute I heard it I was like, this is amazing. All the songs are very guitar based, so if you don't like guitar based kind of rock things, then this album is probably not for you, because the songs are very heavily guitar based, but the songs are so relaxing. Another album which is in the same category is from a group called Tycho, I think that's how you say the name, and their album's called Dive, and all these songs on this album are instrumental again, and the songs again are very relaxing, but this album is more one that you could listen to on a morning walk or in the evening or on the beach. All the songs are very relaxing, and it's not as heavily guitar based, it's a lot more soft and smooth, which it's just beautiful, but it can make you fall asleep, so I wouldn't recommend listening to this if you're like driving or trying to concentrate, because unlike piano music, which is good for studying, this could actually make you fall asleep unless you're good at studying to this type of music. So these next two albums are from a band which I absolutely love, and you guys probably know I love this album. It's the 1975. This band is like literally my favourite band in the world. Both of their albums are beautiful. And this is the band which actually introduced me into new genres of pop rock and rock indie, which I'm so grateful for, because I found so many great songs and albums because of the 1975. I definitely feel though that the second album has a lot more meaning and is a lot more personal than the first one. I definitely feel like in the second one you can hear Matty's emotions and feelings in the song. There's a lot more instrumental songs in the second album than in the first. Into that stuff, it's really nice, and overall their songs are just brilliant. That's all I can say. Their songs are just brilliant. Okay, so this next one is Troye Sivan, Blue Neighborhood. This album gives me life. Literally. Every song in this album is so personal, and you can hear it in every single lyric and the songs that he sings and how much it means to him that he's actually singing these songs. It's also a very relaxed album, and he also touches on important issues, which I think is really, really great because you don't get that in a lot of music. And overall the song's just meaningful. And second from last is Melanie Martinez with her album Crybaby. I actually became a fan of Melanie Martinez way before she started becoming popular, so I'm now so happy that she's finally actually getting people recognising her and people actually listening to her music a lot more, because her music is amazing, and if you've never heard of her, you definitely need to listen to her album. She's a very alternative person, and her songs can be kind of creepy, but they're also really cool and quirky as well, which is great. This is also an album which you'll either really, really love or really, really hate, depending on the styles of music you listen to. And the last album is We Were Promised Jetpacks, These Four Walls. This album, at first I wasn't a fan of it. I was listening to it, I was like, you know what, I really wish I liked this album because of the music and the lyrics and everything. I was like, this is such a good album and lyrics and songs, but I wish I liked it. And I listened to it a bit more, and I was like, you know what, this is actually a really good album. So I'm really glad that I listened to the whole album, and it is just great. It's a very guitar-based album, which if you're not into guitar-based things which are very guitar-heavy, then this album is not for you. They also have slower songs which are also beautifully composed. Honestly, I think I prefer their slower songs because they're a lot more meaningful and they just touch more, especially the song Conductor. And if you go and listen to this album, the one song you need to listen to is Conductor. That song is perfect. So that is it for this video. If you enjoyed it, give it a big thumbs up and be sure to subscribe because I make videos every week, and I'll see you next week. Bye!